Today I'm giving you 3 pentatonic sequences, not to memorize, but to test yourself. Each one will break something in your playing and force it to come back stronger. Are you okay sounding bad for 20 minutes if it means sounding great in 6 weeks? Most people aren't. Be different. Let's go. You start with D, F, A and C. You can do a hammer on if you want here, or you can pick the 4 notes, same. Right away you gotta slide from F to G that forces you out of your comfort zone. You're not just hanging out in one position, you are moving through different zones of the fretboard. From there we keep going up in intervals up to the 20th fret, the C. That means your fretting hand and your picking hand need to stay perfectly coordinated. If you rush the shift, the whole thing falls apart. Then comes the descent. And that's where things really heat up. You are playing 6 notes per beat, moving across strings and using full alternate picking. The challenge here is keeping your picking hand accurate and relaxed, even when things get fast. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. There's nowhere to hide in this league. If your picking motion is too wide or your angle isn't clean, the transitions between strings will start sounding messy. This forces you to keep your picking hand tight, efficient and under control. And don't forget, this isn't a short lick. That descent is a real burst. It's not about playing fast for 1 second. It's about holding your form while your fretting hand and picking hand both start to get tense. That's where you build the ability to stay clean while you're playing fast. Here's how I approach this in practice. First, break the lick into 3 parts. Start with the ascending intro and get the slide lock in, and make sure your fretting hand is landing exactly where it should. Then the second part. This is a tricky one. And finally, the descending part. Don't jump into full speed loops, just take each section and make it solid. Watch for tension, especially in your shoulder, picking hand or thumb. If anything feels tight, pause and fix it there. Once the section feels clean, bring in a metronome. Set it to a tempo where your picking hand can stay relaxed while hitting every note with intention. Your goal here is even tone. And finally, run the whole lick once and then stop. Rest 5 seconds and then go again. That short reset keeps your playing focused and stops you from falling into sloppy repetition. This isn't just for speed, this is a mechanical stress test for your shifting, your picking and your ability to stay clean under pressure. If you can play this lick clean from top to bottom, you're going to feel the difference in everything else you play. Not just faster, but cleaner, more efficient and more in control. This is a war between your old habits and your future sounds, and today we're burning the old ones to the ground. Most people stop right before they get better, not because they're lazy, but they think progress always feels good, and it doesn't. This is the sound of resistance, the one that keeps you stuck, noodling. You fight through it and you keep playing until it becomes a sound of growth. This second lick is a different kind of challenge. Here your fretting hand is doing all the work, slides, pull-offs, position shifts, while your picking hand stays mostly in the background. And that's intentional, because most players lean on their picking hand to control articulation, but in this lick you don't get to hide behind it. Let's divide it in 2 sections. Section 1. Section 2. The whole idea is to be in clean, expressive phrasing using only the fretting hand. That means you have to make every note ring clearly, every pull-off sound intentional, and every shift feel fluid, without spiking the volume or losing control. It's also a serious test of fretting hand endurance. You're not just moving across one shape, you're gliding across the fretboard through multiple positions. If your hand's too tense, it will show right away. The notes will start to fade, or worse, just disappear. And even though the picking hand isn't doing much picking, it still has a job, staying lightly anchored and keeping things clean. If your picking hand floats too much or doesn't mute properly, you'll get string noise as you move. So there's still discipline involved, just a different kind. Here's a practical way to build this up. Play the lick several times, and once it feels clean, break the lick into small sections, just 2 strings at a time. That lets you zoom in on the transitions and especially on the slides. You'll start to notice where things feel weak. Maybe it's a pull-off to your pinky or a slide that skips too far. Isolate it, loop it slowly, and then reveal the full phrase when each chunk feels smooth. It trains stamina, accuracy, and articulation. No shortcuts, no picking tricks, just raw control. And once you got that, even your fastest line will sound smoother, cleaner, and more expressive, because your fraying hand will finally be doing its job. This isn't about talent. Every guitarist hits this point. The scale is familiar, you know the shapes, you got a few go-to licks, but you are not saying anything, you are not growing, you are stuck in the comfort zone. And the worst part, you've been there for so long, it starts to feel like progress. But it's not, it's just movement without direction, repetition without intention, and that's how players stay stuck for years. Playing hard, but not playing better. Now, this lick might look simple at first glance, just steady 16 notes, but don't let that fool you. Playing this clean at speed is a serious test of control. Let's start with the first 8 notes. You can start with a downstroke and then an upstroke, and then the next 2 notes with a downstroke, like economy picking. I'm intentionally using fingers 2 and 3 to ascend because I want to keep the index finger free for the slide from C sharp to G. You're picking every note, no legato here, so right away this becomes a picking hand exercise. Your motion has to be relaxed, consistent, and super efficient, because the moment you start over picking or getting tense, everything breaks down. So we got this. We keep going up. We finish in position 1 of the C minor pentatonic. The thumb wrap at the end is also optional. You're not just going up and down through one shape, you are moving diagonally across the fretboard, shifting through positions while keeping time. And because it's all 16 notes, this means 4 notes per beat, you don't have room to hide. You can blur your way through it like you might with a burst or a slide. Every single note has to land, even, clean, and controlled. This lick also trains endurance because it's long enough for things to start falling apart. Your rhythm drifts, your tone gets uneven, your hands start rushing. That's why this is so useful. It reveals whether your hands are working together or just hanging on. Here's how I practice this one. Just take a group of 4 notes and loop it. That's it. It might sound basic, but this is where your hands learn to stay relaxed and in sync. Do that for every part of the lick before trying to string it all together. And make sure you're not squeezing. Watch your frame hand grip. Check your picking hand wrist. You should be fast but never tense. Set a timer, 1 sequence, 5 minutes, no distractions, no skipping mistakes. Just you, the guitar, and the reps. This is how real progress gets built, not through hacks, through honest work. Your brain's going to beg you to stop, to check your phone, to try something easier. That's the signal to keep going, because discomfort is where the rewiring happens, where the old habits break and the real ones get built. It's easy to learn these licks. What's hard is owning them. Most guitarists will watch this video and try this exercise once. But you are not most guitarists, you are still here, and that says everything. So now the question is, are you going to loop it until it burns, or scroll to the next thing and stay the same? If you felt something shift today, if these sequences woke something up, hit subscribe, because this isn't about quick fixes or shortcuts. It's for players who are ready to dig deeper, to build something real, 1 note at a time. And here's a great video if you want to keep improving your playing. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.